Hysterics. Pickem. Okay. All right, let's do it. Let's do Pickems. Let's do Pickems. I'm ready to make my Pickems. 20 Worlds prediction questions are available now. Make your selection right up until the start of Worlds on October 10th. Doesn't it start technically October 9th because there's the 4th versus 4th situation in EUNA? Make sure to lock in before the coin. I didn't read it. I'm sorry. How many reverse sweeps will there be out of total 9 total? 1. There's going to be 1. There's no way there's more than 1. 1 or 0. 1 or 0. What will be the duration of the longest single game at Worlds? I think 50 to 55. It won't be 55 plus. Games are going a little bit longer. It's 45 to 50 is a little bit safe. I feel like that. I'm gonna say a little bit longer. There were multiple last year. Oh, there were actually. It's maybe 50 is too long. 50 feels like it's too long. I feel like 50 is too long. 50 to 55. It's going to be a lot of stomps, but I think, like, against, let's say it's like a Gen G, LNG situation. You know, Gen G who play great early game, but Gen G, when they lose quick. Like, but it's rare. They don't really lose often. But when they do, they actually get pummeled and rolled over. LNG will stall games out. I feel like PSG talent can stretch it to 47. I think 45 to 50. I don't think we're going to get longer than 50 minutes. And the reason is because the meta we're going into at Worlds, like, what are we talking about? Like, AD nerf is gutted, so, LeBlanc is gutted, so that's nice. What are we going to get in jungle? We're going to get a lot of Spear of Shojin, a lot of proactivity. I think things like J4 are going to be top tier. I think we might see a little bit of a branch of Hecarim, maybe. I think, honestly, we're going to get a bit of Karthus. I'm trying to think. We can talk about Mercury, welcome. We can talk a little bit about champs after this, actually. I was asking Cadril last night, I'm like, man, I want to see a champ tier list. I kind of want to look through champs, because I feel like at the moment, because of my Worlds prep, I've got a better grasp of what's happening right now and what I think's going to happen. I think there's a lot of solo queue translation at the moment.
Thank you.
The Snow Way. It's the shy's snowy cousin, man. New format's going to be great, because Swiss is going to be legendary. I think 45 to 50. I think 45 to 50. I don't think games are going to go over 50 minutes because I think we have a lot of late game powerhouses that just end games at that ultra late point. How many pentakills? 3+. Dude, 3+ for sure. In the play-in stage, it's going to be pentakills. Plus we have like 80 carry kings. This tournament has so many good ADs. Pentakill world. Which Drake will be killed the most at Worlds? Ooh. I'm going to say Mountain. I don't know. That's that's complete RNG. Dude, what's our top? Hang on. Let's do a bit of research, yeah? Let's do a bit of research. Like, we still got Malphite. Piss off. We still got Malphite and stuff. I mean, that's solo queue. Quinn might be seen a bit because we still see Renekton flaring around. Alawi, I don't know if we're actually going to see her, or if that's just a solo queue translation that I'm misreading at the moment. But Alawi runs well into a lot of melee champions, right? We were seeing Fioras, Renektons, all that kind of shit. Stuff like Tryndamere. Like, Camille gets bodied by Alawi. So I wonder. 13-19. Nocturne's a good answer into Briar, I've found. Evelyn's a solo queue pariah, but that could be seen by a flex. Like, we've got some EU junglers who might flare with that. Jarvan, I think, is going to be top tier. Hey, Volchin, thank you. Legend. Absolute. Charlotte, you're a legend, man. Thank you again for the congratulations. You're a legend. Is Briar enabled? No. But take out Nocturne into Briar. Nocturne is still just really good at the moment. Runs well with a lot of the mid lane champs we're getting. Like Nocturne, Sylas, holy moly. Sylas is OP tier. Orianna, I think we'll see a bit of Ori. I think we will see Syndra a lot. Great response into things like Azir, no? Azir got cut a bit, so maybe that walks away. But I don't know if we actually see Jhin. I think we'll see a hell of a lot of Ashe. I think Ashe will be massive priority with it. Like Ashe engage supports. Rakan will still be high pro. Especially when we have people like missing. Okay. I think the reason I brought that up is because if we see things like, if we see tank tops, which things like Ornn will still be seen, I think, you know, you put a high priority on Mountain Drake. Briar's not enabled, Neferi is, yeah. Nah, Briar's not enabled. Neferi is. How many Baron steals? Oh my god, 6 to 8. No, 3 to 5. Oh. Worlds is longer, 6 to 8. 6 to 8. We're gonna get a few. We're gonna get 3 to 5's a lot, but no. It happens a lot. If we had champions like Lee Sin, maybe it'd be more. You know, like things that have execution. Like what jungle meta? We have Jarvan. We have a lot of gap closing junglers at the moment. And if we do have Jarvan, I wonder if we have a bit of Zac as well. Let's see. All right. Who'll be played in the most different roles at Worlds? Oh my god. Who's going to be the most flex? Well, that's hard. A lot of these Pentacles game timers I'm putting high because there'll be a lot of sample size. That's right. Poppy? Yeah. By the way, GP, that buff, like for compet, GP will be played. Dude, last year was easy, right? Poppy can be triple flexed. Gragas, as a response to what? Like, as things like Ornn top? Oh, man. I guess Poppy's a good answer. Like, do we see any Taliyah flex between jungle mid? How viable is it? Gragas hasn't been meta, I know. This is hard. It's hard because... Alright, let's go full screen. Let's pop it up a bit. Pop it up a bit, eh? Here we go. Let's pop it up a bit. Pop me over here. Yeah, put me right there. No, actually put me here so I can look in. So I can look like I'm interested. Oh, I'm interested. You know what I mean. Hey, alright. Poppy's top jungle and support. I mean, Poppy has been seen in solo queue quite a bit. Like, Poppy at the moment. Poppy's been seen a bit. I like the answer. I just also don't want to just... Is that support Poppy from Delight? Eh. Maybe it is Poppy, eh? Maybe it's Poppy. How many two play... I mean, they're not going to, right? Like, I mean, just because Delight played it once. I think the only other thing is something that maybe flexes between jungle, but like, what are you going to see in pro play that is such a good flex? Flex picks are really good for drafting. You play through a strong counter ability, especially red side. You know, you get red side 5 and you play through the guessing game. It's not like Belveth is going to be played anywhere else. Lily, I think, strong right now, but I mean, what else is that going to be played? This is strange because I think for the first time in a long time, I'm not coming up with flexes like, oh, this champion should be played here and this champion can be played anywhere. It's not a flex meta. We're not playing through massive flex picks. I think Big Brain Poppy will live and die together. I think Poppy's right. If there's a response, like think about what's getting played. What does Poppy do well into? Like from jungle, like things like Silas, things like Jarvan. Right? Hey, Danger, what's up? Maokai support? Yeah, it's like, but is Maokai jungle still going to be there? It exists, but there's stronger things right now. There's Nocturne, there's Jarvan. Belveth is huge at the moment. Like, Belveth uses Stride Breaker so well. I think he'll be picked most during champs. Like, okay, let me just think, right? I think it's either going to be an 80 carry. I think it's going to be Ashe. I think Ashe is going to either be banned a lot or Fiddle support, yeah. Delight and Mickey played Poppy support yesterday. I saw Delight played it, but now that Mickey's played it, well, I'm very confident. Okay. Here's my next thought. Ashe. I think an 80 carry over Kai'Sa. I know Kai'Sa's going to be picked huge as well, but like, how does the matchup go? Do you guys know? How does Ashe go into Kai'Sa? Holy shit, she's got a 32% pick rate right now. With her Umbral build, also Swain, by the way. I think, who's been playing Swain in AD? He was on casual stream yesterday. Safe as fuck ADC, not worth banning every time. It's either Ashe. It's either Ashe or Kai'Sa. If we're looking at heavy engage, do we need supplementary? Do we need more utility 80 carries? But we have massive range with things like Jarvan. Bel'Veth is able to gap close for a dear life. Kai'Sa's one. Or is it Wonder? A good question here is, who can slip through the cracks more? Because I think most banned, I'm honestly close to saying Bel'Veth for most banned. Definitely play Ashe a lot. There will be a lot of Ashe. There will be a lot of Ashe. But will there be more Kai'Sa? I feel like, is the build finicky? Like, it's a lethality build. And while it offers a lot, are we in more of a skirmishing meta or a team fighting meta? Like, what are our champions indicating? Right? I'm seeing a shitload of skirmishing. We have champions like Nocturne, Jarvan that want to really escalate the game. Snowball effect like Bel'Veth, right? I don't think we'll see much Lee Sin. We have skirmish heavy champions. We're not as much in a team fighting meta as we were when we had things like Xayah, you know, AP or on hit Kai'Sa. We swapped around. We hit things like Misfortune. Varus was there for a bit. You don't see any Western team picking Bel'Veth. I think on the contrary, a lot of Western teams are going to ban it against Asian teams consistently. And first of all, it needs to be what will be most picked. Most picked during Champion Select at Worlds. It's either Ashe or Kai'Sa. I think it's an AD. Because I think there's going to be high priority on jungle bans. I think things like Jarvan, Nocturne. I forgot Karthus, by the way. I think Karthus will see an appearance. Maybe we get Hidden Lilia, like people like Kanavi, Bel'Veth. I feel like we're going to see a lot of Ori Syndra. I don't think they're ban worthy. That's the other thing is like, is it not, you know, once we fall into the meta, once we fall into the game, outside of what people are already playing, I think Talia, they will try to pick Kai'Sa. Well, it's not about the, Charlie, it's not about the static nerf. I mean, there's an adaptive build going around. It's full lethality. So you go Umbral into, is it Duskblade? No, what is it, chat? Umbral into what? Into Nash's. God, I've got to look it up, don't I? It's all we've been seeing. It's just, you just pop people. You run in, you Q, you pop them. Duskblade. It is Duskblade. This is the build. This is the build. I honestly want to say Ashe, but it's like I've seen more Kai'Sa coming through. You know? I've seen more Kai'Sa coming through. But do you see what I mean? Look, Elioya's been playing Talia jungle. That's why I think Talia can flex between jungle mid. Bit of Bel'Veth from Elioya. Licorice. Rumble's another one I didn't mention that could be seen a lot top. Hmm. I just want to know what everyone's been playing. Dude, Talia is popping up everywhere. There's the Syndra, there's the Oriana. He's been playing a bit of Silas. Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, appreciate the support in his chat. A lot of you were messaging me, and I was like struggling to keep up. Legendary. How's Zerian Korea doing post nerfs? It's still there, but it's just not as prevalent. From what I've seen. It's still there, but it's just not as prevalent. Things like Kalista pop up more. Which apparently in Korea is just a normal thing. I'm put a dust cloak decap, yeah. So Zeri won't be the most picked and banned. I think it's gonna be an 80 carry. Older Kali, by the way. Vex has been around for the past couple of patches. Might be seen a bit in Worlds. Knight's still playing Tristana, that's something else. Like, Tristana still exists through mid. Okay, it doesn't want to give me more. It did, just didn't want to... Mickey X just playing whatever at the moment. But there's Poppy, by the way. Poppy support. So I think whoever's big brain before said he'll be the most played in different roles. Poppy, man. Especially since we're seeing more Jarvan. We're seeing things like Belveth. Who else really relies on, like, their gap close? Who am I missing? More Shojin. Next person, but I imagine what kind of messages stuff you might get, so I figured, yeah, no, I appreciate it. Man, Zalorian, I appreciate it. Build shift trifles, hullbreaker, profit. I shall take a bow for that. Yeah, you should. That's a really, really intelligent answer. Big brain. You should tell your mama. I think she'd be really happy. I honestly think most pick could be Ashe. But the problem I have is Kai'Sa exists, and I think Kai'Sa might fizzle out. Like, they might read where Ashe, at the moment, I need an AD player who I trust. Leave? Yeah. See what On's doing. Okay, Han Summer. See what Pay's doing. That'll do. That'll do. Is he? He's tweeting. Is this? That's Reddit. Is that On? Is On doing? Okay, I'm not sure what to make of that. Anyway. Poppy, by the way, in jungle from On. Bit of Gragas. Bit of Rakan. I mean, Rakan will be seen. Rakan's another one that might be most picked, honestly. I can honestly see Rakan being one of the most banned or most picked. Winner of the shortest game at Worlds, 2-1. Hang on. Hang on. I'll add it. Don't. Hey. I'll add it. All right. What is it? What's it called? What's the emote called? What is 1647? Is it actually just called 1647? What is it? Hang on. I'm just... Let me search to see what Cagel's got. Let me just snipe this man. Where is he? Rel for Mothess. Yeah, hang on. Where's... I'm going through his emotes, this fucking guy. Alright. Okay. Legend. There we go. All right. Well used. Well done. All right, thank you for that. Most picked. We need to come to a conclusion. I don't want to spend the whole year here. What is going to be most picked? Rakan? Ashe. But if we're looking at Ashe, like, Rakan will be constantly banned. That's the thing, is like they're not two peas in a pod. They run into each other. And that Swain pick, I mean, I think Swain could actually become most banned. If we're seeing Ashe a lot, Swain does really well into Ashe and Kai'Sa. I actually think my most banned, I just have this weird feeling that it could be Swain every game. I have this weird feeling that it could be Swain. I think Swain or Bel'Veth, but then again, I think Bel'Veth can, like, you can approach Bel'Veth. You know, like, we have Rek'Sai in the meta. We have Pocket Pick Evelynns in the league that can do something. And Jarvan's not the worst into it, right? There we go. You got it. I voted Rel. For what, most banned? Rel can flex jungle for even more inting. True. I think most death is going to be a champion that we see the most, right? This could very well be this. How OP is Rakan going to be? The thing is, Rakan's priority always drops when Xayah's out of the meta. And Xayah's walked out of the meta a bit. Like, there's only solo queue, but you can see the play rate is just down to the pits. Where even is she? There. I honestly think Swain is going to be permanent. I think Swain is going to be banned. Probably an engaged support. Rel overlap. Who do I think is that OP? I honestly, I could then go back and be like, dude, I think Jarvan's going to be most picked. What do you guys reckon? Do you reckon Jarvan's going to be most picked? Because I can see a world where Jarvan's picked every jungle game. Like, he is first pick worthy. You know, let's say most play different roles. Okay, Poppy then starts getting banned quite a bit. But things like Swain, you know, for Jarvan's as well. Like, Swain does so well into champions that either have no getaway or can't space themselves. Or champions that kind of run into him and just give him free ult. Cassante? I think top lane right now, there's so many good answers into Cassante. Dude, even the pocket Darius could come out. But dude, like, who does Cassante... You know, I know Cassante's idea is... Hello. No. Thank you. I think Cassante's idea is to survive lane and, you know, he's such a good teamfight behemoth. But dude... Like... Quins are being played. We're getting Poppy up there as well. You know, again, a flex position. Like, we're getting some more bruiser top laners. Hey, solo caster got me in, Jordan, you reckon? Yeah. Not good enough to get insta-banned. And that's why Jarvan maybe is too... I think it could be a jungler. I think it could just be Jarvan meta. Like... I don't know. Nocturne's also good, but I'm not sure. Talia's been popular. Elioy has been playing a bit of Talia. What's Paige been playing down bot? Ezreal, Kai'Sa. See, this is the thing. I talk about Ashe. It's either Jarvan or Kai'Sa. I honestly think they'll be like, okay, we've got an option with AD. I'm not going to put Rakan in because I think without Xayah, the priority naturally goes down a little bit less, especially in competitive play. I think Kai'Sa's going to be the most picked. I think that's a safe pick, right? I don't think Kai'Sa will have the most death. I think most deaths, as you said, will be an engaged support. Or honestly, this is where I'd put the Jarvan. Because I think Jarvan will be one of the most picked. Dude, Jarvans will die. But is it going to be a jungler? I mean, yes, naturally. Jungle or support, I think, is the role that dies the most unless you're the Shy. But the Shy can't solo carry this, can he? You can let this one out. You also have 5 days before it comes final. Yeah, I mean, I can always come back on stream and change this, but... Most total deaths? Jarvan. I can see Jarvan. I I see a lot of Jarvans just running it. But then I can also see Rakan's. But Rakan also has a safety net. Once Jarvan's in, he's in. I think this is super easy. Rel is jungler and engage support. Yeah, the Shy Cat for sure, man. For sure, Danger. Hey, yeah, you got it. Zalorian, I like the logic. How much Rel are we going to see, though? I guess if we're seeing Kai'Sa, Rel is still a really good bottom lane, right? What's the Rel play rate at the moment? Rel's dropped in solo queue. Quite a lot of play rate from... Oh, but that's all one guy's bloody hustling. Give me Canyon, Owner. Almost. Give me Cuz. Give me Tarzan. Let's get rid of everyone else. Let's have a look. Right, Canyon has been playing solo lane. His solo lane is pretty base though, to be fair. Hello? Solo queue play rates might be weird because of Briar. I mean, yeah, it is. Look, solo queue play rates are just like, it's loose fitting. We don't sit on that and go, oh yeah, this is absolute. Bit of Jarvan there. Naturally a bit of Jarvan. At least then. Talia is in a couple. What's Ona been doing? Viego, Talia. Oh man. I'm seeing Talia almost more than I'm seeing Jarvan. Rel. I like your answer of Rel. Dude, Talia jungle. Okay, here's the question I have for you. You enjoy the discussion? Oh, no. Dude, feel free. You don't have to back yourself. I like the Rel. I like your logic of Rel. Because as you said, support jungle, like multiple roles. Obviously, if Jarvan's played every game and Rel's not, then Jarvan still has a great rate because he's played every game. But if you have a champion that's in multiple positions, you have a higher chance of it being played. But more importantly, you know, it also covers multiple grounds. If that makes sense. Most picked, I am almost ready to change it to Talia. Like, what do we have in an AD pool? We have Ashe, Kai'Sa. What else has been played? Bit of Ezreal. We're seeing that Swain come through, which I think might actually end up being most banned because it does well into a lot of champions in the current meta. I believe Swain will get banned a lot. I'm starting to think Talia. Most deaths, logic would be go to Poppy. Yeah, okay. By that logic, I guess. But also, it might be played in most roles. But remember, I'm not saying Poppy's going to be played the most. I'm saying Poppy is going to be in the most different roles. So she could be played across 4 games in 4 different roles and then never played again, right? The logic is that she just gets picked against that many roles. But I'm saying the most consistent pick is Kai'Sa currently, but an AD makes sense. But Talia is promising. Dude, everyone is playing Talia jungle. But everyone's also playing Jarvan. There's Rel. Talia jungle. And in pro play, Talia has so much extra value. Syncing up for zone control with Talia is just, yum. Jungle's interesting. Give me more jungle. See what other people are playing. I already saw Elyoya before. Junjia. SOFM, no. Just show me, show me Yankos. Belveth. Dude, this guy's spamming Belveth Viego. Holy moly. Jarvan, Talia again. Talia. Okay. I'm going to say most deaths at Worlds. I'm going to change this. I want to say Kai'Sa, but I honestly think it's going to be Jarvan. But then junglers, engaged junglers, historically, like once people figure it out, they permaban. But are they gonna be like, yeah, we're gonna risk leaving Jarvan up when Spirit Shojin 2-item spike is just so OP? Peanut likes to cook. Oh, true. We haven't looked at Peanut. Where's Peanut? Peanut in here? Peanut butter. Peanut. Hello. He's not cooking that much outside of other people. A lot of Lee Sin, a lot of Italy. This is a while ago. It's September. Viego's also there. Okay, Belveth we know is going to be played. Jarvan we know is going to play. Talia's big on the list. I think Talia, Nocturne. Dude, there's jungle. This is what I like about jungle at the moment. There's a lot of versatility. A lot of diversity in the role. I'm almost tempted to do most picked as Jarvan, but then again, I'm like, with jungle, I feel like they're going to ban him. I feel like, I feel like Talia might get banned a lot, but I feel like Jarvan might get banned a lot. And so I either have most picked or most banned. Like, Swain is a big call, because Swain might be some pocket pick material that's not mainstream. See if I can get, see if I can get any LPL casters to help me. Hang on, let me message. Jungle champions will be targeted. Well, that's, yeah, I think, but Swain is good against everyone in the meta. Swain is like a really good meta pick right now. So my thought is, well, if they leave it open, they're kind of trolling, no? When there's such a good answer to a lot of the champions available. Let me see if Orcs is around. I'll message people. I think I need a second opinion. I need brains. I'm like, I think this is hidden OP. I think Swain has been good for the past couple of patches, and I think when you have champions that are so reliant on their one-stop engage, like Belveth knockup, Jarvan flag drag, Swain does so well when he can build space, play like a nice mid-tier. He's not heavy front line. He's not back line. He plays mid between. I think Orcs has talked to me about this once as well. I thought Triss would get banned a lot because she's one of the few kids at the moment that can enable all these AP junglers. I mean, that's also true, right? Most picked during Champ Select at Worlds. Okay, I need your opinion, guys. This is now a stream tier list. Is Jarvan too OP currently to be left open? Do you guys think Jarvan will be banned permanently? I can see yes, but I also think it's one of those things where it's like, okay, it looks like a really good pick going into Worlds, and then maybe people don't respect it. They leave it open. It does well some games, but in the hands of other junglers, it's not as great. People are willing to trade it maybe for like... Would they trade it for like Belveth? Oh no. Maybe would they trade it for Karthus? Yes and no. Okay, Blocklaw and Tooth, you both said opposite things. That doesn't help. I know an ex-pro current caster. I'd ask if you like. I appreciate that. Let me look at my tree first and see if I can get anyone. No one's around. It's the middle of a day. It's the middle of the day and no one wants to talk to me. I'm going to leave that for a second. I want to come back to this. Who have the highest win rate at Worlds? Okay, it won't be something like a Jarvan. I'm going to say it's Poppy because I don't think it'll be the most banned. I think... Oh, God, it's hard. It won't be an AD. Too much play. Maybe it'll be like a Belveth that ends up getting banned. Dude, this is hard. This is bloody hard. Dude. GP's another one? Oh, I like GP, actually. I think Gangplank will have, like, some play. And I think it'll go really well. People start banning him, but it'll be too late. Swain will be this constant ban. I like that. I like that. I like GP. I like that. Oh, my God. Tooth is on a roll, I reckon. And win rate for a champ isn't picked much. That's right. So I think this will be like... This is why as well, by the way, I feel like Cassante will just get absolutely bodied. I don't think Cassante can play top. I do not think Cassante is going to be worth it for a lot of champs. I think, you know, Gangplank, I think Quinn will be seen a little bit. People realize strong, then permaban, yeah. And then it's like, will it become the most banned? I don't know. I think Swain has the possibility. I think Swain actually could be in here as well. I like Gangplank. I'm actually going to change it to Swain. I think Swain, here's the timeline for you. Swain gets picked up in play-ins. They leave it open way too much. It does so well. It gets to group stage. A couple of people get to play it. It does well again, but the upper echelon of talent, no, they can't leave that open. They can't leave that open. They go, no. We're not leaving this open. We got to get rid of it. I think Swain follows that same track. Rel, I don't think will have the highest win rate. I think Rel could be here as like most picked, maybe. Right? Like, Rel could be here. But I think Jarvan is too strong. I think Rel could be there, but like Rel could also be most banned. Rel's weird. She's like in a secondary division for me. I think Jarvan, Belveth will be some of the most picked. Rel's there, but it's like, yeah, I'm not sure. So, hang on. We're going to tweet out. Role combos with a lot and be jungle support. I know. So will she be picked the most because she's played as a flex? You know? What does well into Rel? What does well into Rel? By the way, I mean, there's no pro players playing it much here. That's the only thing I don't like. Where's my, yeah. Show me Tarzan again. Alistar for support. Yeah, okay, Alistar. Gragas does alright, doesn't it? Does Gragas do well against Rel? Oi. OCS. Hey, mate. You're just a pair of eyes looking at me. That's you. That's you right now. Dude, Mazel's going to Indonesia. Pick ban in LCK. Okay. But jungle, it's a different story, but there's some Rel jungle from our junglers. But I think Talia would be more prevalent. I think Jarvan's just going to be picked. Jarvan, when he's good for pro play, he will be spammed. Jarvan syncs up with so many of the solo laners right now. And Jarvan's just a great engaged jungle. When we're talking about a lot of teams in the meta right now who have great proactive early games, dude, think about Weiwei. Weiwei's going to play a lot of Jarvan, a lot of Talia. Let's think about any other LPL team, right? Apart from maybe LNG. Even Tarzan I could see. But I'd see Tarzan more on like something like a random Lilia, Belveth. I can see Kanavi spamming the crap out of Jarvan. I can see Shun doing that as well. Carrier likes running around headbutting people. Dude, Carrier likes putting his head to the battle, you know? I'm leaving that for the time being. I think Swain is hidden OP. I think after hearing Wonder, I think after seeing a lot of pros playing the hell out of Swain right now. Like, just quickly, right? I want to see, let's see any ADs playing it. Right, Kazi. Let's see if, leave. Let's go back to Hans. Pays. Did I click on Pays? I didn't. Oh my god, middle click, please. Thank you. Guma. Dude, Eric, of course. See what Reckles is doing. Ruler. Show me Ruler. Hey, Diddy. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks, legend. FFD Sword Art. How are you? Nah, thanks, Diddy. Appreciate you, man. Hope you've been well. It's a big day. Well, it's a big year. It's a big year. It's a big year. Very big year. What is Ruler doing? Kaiser, Kaiser, Kaiser. Bit of Zeri. Zeri does still exist. I love the logos here on this website. Zaya still exists. Well, September 25th. Dude, Ruler just not playing or what? I didn't even realize the dates. Yeah, Kaiser does exist. I know Kaiser will be played. It's just about whether it'll be more picked than Jarvan. Oh, I'm so back and forth on this. A lot of Neela here from Han Summer. We went through Pays before. Kaiser's there too. What's Gooma doing? Kaiser. I think. God, am I going to change it to Kaiser? Oh, wait. Yeah. Reckless. I'm just like, yeah, okay. And we looked at Ruler. That's hard. Let's look at minor region 80 carry. Kaiser. You got married, you got to go to Worlds, couldn't ask for a better year. True. That's very true. Ash is in there, but I don't trust NA80 carry. Between that and Jarvan, you know? Get out of here. I think Kaiser's up there. I think most banned, like, I think Swain, if we're seeing Kaiser, like, here's the thing, they match each other. If Kaiser's going to get picked, ain't no way you're letting Swain through. Like, okay, we want to first pick Kaiser. We think she's strong, or we want to first pick Jarvan, or red side, we want to go Jarvan, you know, jungle AD. Swain gets banned in that situation. I think Jarvan will be picked a lot, but I think Kaiser will be more consistent. I think Jarvan will die a lot more, though, obviously. I think Swain will have a huge win rate, and because he's let through a couple of times, does really well, and then boom, leaves. You know what I mean? Amulet. Hello. So yeah. Your ad break has ended. Your community is back. Thank you, Twitch, for running 70 ads within the past 20 minutes. Who will play the most different champions at Worlds? Yeah, we're leaving that for the time being. That's being left. Who will play the most different champions at Worlds? Ah, shit. Kanavi? Would it be jungle? I could see it being jungle. There's a bit of diversity in top. Mid, I think, is going to be an Orianna Syndra show for a lot of it. Maybe Vex Silas's, like... But outside of that, like, is Lissandra going to be picked for competitive play? Maybe a little. I don't think it's going to be mid-roll. I don't think it's going to be AD roll. Like, even with things like Swain's creeping in and, like, Karthus's and stuff. Support has a chance. But we're talking about the player. Who's the person? I think it's going to be a jungler. I think... Or Blabber. Canyon or has carry pocket picks. Also true. Jam.
Thank you.
Who's going to go farther in the tournament is also a good point. Very well said. Also, look, I have a League of Legends headset. Look at this. Look. I have a League of Legends headset. Look. I forgot that. And look at my keyboard. Look at my keyboard. I forgot I've got League of Legends mouse pad. I've got League of Legends keyboard. Look at my mouse pad. Look at my mouse pad. Look. My mouse pad's literally Summoner's Rift. I was here when you unboxed it. You were too. I had another Logitech one, but it broke. Just don't want as heavy on the... No. Go away for the topic. Go away. It shows everyone for you. And see if it shows I am only seeing GG and BDS players for some reason. No, I've got everyone. I've got everyone. Right. So I think it's going to be a jungler. I think it's going to be Kanavi. Shen's got a lot of pocket picks, but Kanavi is a bit of a psycho. I think it's going to be Kanavi. Straight away, I went to Kanavi. It could be Canyon. I don't think it's going to be anyone who's not going to make it that far. Like, I think JDG are going to make it really far. I think this is really easy. I think it's Kanavi. It could be 369. Like, 369 has a hell of a champ pool. Bin as well, right? Completely fair. But I think it's Kanavi. I think Kanavi is going to pick a hell of a lot of champions. This is so easy for me. And yes, I do believe JDG are winning Worlds. I'll do a tier list after this as well if you want. I might have to edit them together and throw them on YouTube or something so there's actually content. Who'll get the most kill in a single game at Worlds? Let's think about junglers. Like, there are some there's a few carry junglers in the meta. We're talking about Nocturnes and, like, Belveths. Far, JDG going to win it all. There you go. Thank you for the correction. You think it's a ruler angle? I like that answer. Who will have the highest KDA at Worlds? Is it Ruler again? Because Ruler, that man, he ain't full psycho like Elk. Elk could also be on this, by the way. Who gets the most first blood kills? That one, I'm going to say Elk. Oh, but it's not his... No. First blood, night lane phase. Yagao actually wouldn't be the worst answer for this. What do you reckon, guys? Hey, what do you reckon? What do we reckon? Hey. For a 15 piece, yeah. What do you reckon? Hey. What do we reckon? What do we reckon? Yeah, of course that's in here. Of course that's in here. Hey. What do we reckon? Who will get at least one pentakill at Worlds? I think we go Ruler again, by the way. Who will get the most first bloods at Worlds? I'm not kidding. Like, damn. First blood. The 2v2 of JDG will be sick. I honestly think I'm not putting anyone in LNG in there. I think Scout could have a lot of first bloods. Dude, I don't know. Am I actually doing that? Am I actually doing it? He'll either get first blood or be first blooded. That's right. We're going for the former, not the latter. You think Kanavi be first blood king? I think he'll get participation. But I think Wei will spend his time top in this tournament. And I think the Shy will be the one getting the kills, man. Dude, Ruler. Ruler's getting at least one. Elk should be in here, but JDG just too good. The Shy had to be in one of them, didn't he? Hey, for Petro, mate. Rude dude, how are you? Yo, if anyone in here, by the way, isn't already part of the casting Discord, I'm launching up content over today and tomorrow, 150 million%. The Patreon exists. It's being thrown around. Hysterics Patreon. So that exists, and I essentially train casters and give them a community to vibe in, you know? Just as a sample for anyone out there interested. All right, on to teams. Which team from a region with 2 seeds or less will advance furthest through Worlds? Well, it's just like... I think PSG Talon. I don't know about VCS. I think it's going to be PSG Talon. I think it's PSG Talon. I think that's fair. Which team will win the shortest game at Worlds? The shortest game? JDG are really good at lane. Okay, let's just go through. Let's quickly talk teams, right? From my understanding. I'm not going to include NA in this. I'm not going to include Europe. I know G2 are like adaptable. I know. I'm going to talk LPL, LCK because it's one of them. Gen G are really good at closing games out. They find a lead. They don't often drop it. Like they've got this really high percentage that I've been looking into that Gen G, once they take a lead at the first 14 minutes of the game, they hold on to it and they win the game. Boom, done. Right? If they don't have a lead at that first 14, which is like never in LCK this split, and I think, is it this year? I'm not sure. No, this split. And like, then they fall quick, right? T1, I know it's a lot about Zeus and Guma. Owner's been a bit rough around the edges. Faker brings the team together, but it's not like we're talking to him, you know, very stats-based. And Carrier's Carrier. So, that team, like, I know they can topple over quickly, but I know they're a lot more... They can be slower to get things going. Those are the only two teams. I haven't done my KT roster research yet, and I haven't... Where's D plus Kia? There. And even though I normally look at mid-jungle of this team, I'm looking at I'm looking at bot, aren't I? Yeah. Well, I'm looking at bot and Canyon. T1 Masterclass for fast games, trust. You reckon? Okay. If Rule and JDG win Worlds, I mean, he has to be number one, right? He has to be. I have no faith in PCS. We're playing way too slow. I agree, but I don't have faith in other regions either. What do you mean you made a big mistake? Let me quickly just say, great skirmishing team. Elk, reliable late game AD carry. They put their resources into it. Like, he just builds up late. He has a huge damage percentage because of it as well. Yagal's quite flexible. But I think this team is about, you know, like early games, like Bin. Bin gets supplemented a lot. Bin is just the god. Bin's the focus of this team. All that and On, right? On has been legendary. I think it's JDG. I think JDG can topple them over. Actually, you know what? Weibo are one of the most chaotic and explosive teams, dude. And this, it's over playoffs. Like, it's really developed. Spring, they're like a little bit slower. Summer, sped up a bit. Playoffs and regionals, man. Regionals, especially, this team was like, oh, the play failed, we fucking go again. The play failed, we go again. Oh, it didn't work, we go again. LNG are slow, right? This team, like, they're very paced, they're very controlled. I think they're the most LCK-esque style, if you look at Hysterics, that LPL has. Like, no other team is like LNG. But Weibo they can lose games quick or they can win them hella quick. I think it's Weibo. I think it's Weibo. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I would put T1 up there. Like, T1 is believable for, you know, shortest game duration. But I think Weibo can win like an 18-minute game. I think this team can win like an 18, 19-minute game against some of these other teams. I think they destroy them. They would destroy them. I think Weibo would destroy some teams. Like, they're crazy, and they're not clinical. That's the only problem I have with this. Is like, this team is not going to be clinical. They're not going to go from A to B to C perfectly. They're going to go from A, maybe to F, maybe to Z, maybe to X, back over to B. They won't get to play versus playing teams, I know. And I know it could be like, maybe it could be, I mean, PCS are slow. I know they're slow. It could be like a VCS team, right? Shortest duration against a shitter. It could also be BLG. I can see BLG just taking over. I can see one of these two teams. The fact that Weibo aren't clinical, that's what bothers me here. That's what makes this really hard. They're not a clinical team. Who runs into Mad Lies? They're not a clinical team. So maybe that makes me think, like, they throw shit at the wall, and if it doesn't stick, they find some more shit and they throw it again. They double down, they triple down. This team is so good at just, like, throwing everything. And just because they keep going, man. Especially since playoffs, this team has gotten faster. And it's hilarious. It's so hilarious watching this team. However, I think it's JDG. After all said and done, I think it's JDG. Weibo exists as a big contender here. But I think JDG might get a good draw, like, start, and they'll destroy a team. They'll win lane, and because lanes still have so much impact, early neutrals, they run it, they punish well. GG vs BDS game, I mean, it could be. G2 or BLG. I can accept BLG. G2, I understand the reasoning. T1, I understand the reasoning. Hell, even D plus Kia, like, they're not the slowest, are they? I mean, Gen G are like, they're clinical. They're not the fastest team, but they're not the slowest either. I think JDG will get this insane draw. And it will just, I think it'll just be JDG. Which team will have the most Baron steals? Does that... They are going to be the least... They're not going to be the cleanest LPL team, right? You think Gen G for the most Baron... Let me tell you my reasoning for here outside of being a fanboy, right? It could be Gen G. Weibo are going to be messy. They are going to lose Barons they shouldn't. But then Weiwei's going to have an opportunity to steal. Because his setup is pretty great. And so Weiwei's going to have a lot more Baron steals than maybe he should be given. You think Peanut? Must be behind post, you know. Well, yeah. But also, they don't have to be behind. Baron doesn't have to be behind. Imagine 25, 30 minutes in. The Shy gets caught. Oh my god, what is he doing? Okay, Baron, right? This team's behind versus Weibo, 4K. But this other team has an opportunity to Baron. In comes Weiwei. They have to be, like, you have to think most times they'll be behind, but also mistakes. Gen G, I don't think will give their opponents a lot of opportunity to steal Baron. I think Weibo will open up a lot. Like, they're a team that the games can go longer, unfortunately. That's why I changed this. We'll have a lot of opportunities to get Barons or steals of Barons. Doesn't smite Tivers. Which team will win Worlds? Well, that was quick. I genuinely think JDG is the best team at this tournament. I think they are the best team at adapting. And I think this team is so crazy that, like, I noticed during summer split and playoffs, I don't know if you guys realize this, but JDG was so good at playing both sides of the map. And something I brought up a lot in cast. JDG were making plays for a dive for bot side. Top was setting up vision around Herald to contest. And, like, instead of, you know, the dive was like a 3v2 bot or, you know, using Yugal's Fog of War. Sorry, not Yugal. Using Knight's Fog of War. And then he hovers. And then top side's making a play. JDG just winning all sides of the map. Who do you put the most different roles? Don't really have an idea. Poppy. Tooth came up with a really good point that Poppy right now is being played in a shitload of different positions. I think with Jarvan, Belbeth, and a lot of junglers that have big, reliable gap closers being in the meta, I think Poppy's going to be seen in the most different roles. Whether it's a lot or not, I just think Poppy is the most flexible. Jungle, top, support even. A lot of supports are playing Poppy at the moment. It'd be a triple flex. Outside of that, like maybe Talia is another one to consider, but Talia would only be jungle mid. I don't think she's being played bot at the moment. I don't think she's been playing support, but she could be played support, I don't know. Which team will play the most different champions at Worlds? JDG again? JDG the most flexible team? Will it be T1? LNG? Well, naturally you have a buff here with teams that go the furthest. I'm going to say JDG. Canavia's big champ pool. 369 plays tanks majority of the time, but he's still, in the past, played carries. Like, this could still be his meta. Knight has a super large champion pool. Ruler plays bloody million different things. And Missing is going to play engage supports and probably just play a lot of Rakan, but still, you know. G2, yeah, but G2, how far will they get? Tooth's already said it. How far will they get? How far will G2 get? You know? JDG, I think, will get to finals, bare minimum. Or semis if something goes horribly wrong. And so I think they'll have more opportunities to pick out more champions. Boom. We want to go through it? Wait. Oh, okay. I was like, there's more. All right. Here we go. Reverse sweeps. I think we got one. I think one reverse sweep. Oh, shit. No, two. Changing my mind already. 2 reverse sweeps. I don't think we're going to get a game that goes past 50 minutes. I could be wrong, but honestly, I think games... Oh, God, they go a little bit longer now, don't they? This is so hard. We have so many games. And if we have like a PCS versus VCS team, will they not be able to end? I don't know. I'm going to leave it at that. It could be longer, but I think with the current champions in the meta, it's a lot easier to end games. Like, we have full-on engage. We have a lot of skirmishing. I think there's Snowball can get out of control a lot quicker in the game. JG vs Gen G Masterclass. But is that a Masterclass? I think one team would be able to end it. How many pentakills will there be at Worlds? I think 3+. I'm going to say 3+. I do not... Dude, we've got more than a month worth of gameplay. 3+. Which striker we killed the most at Worlds? I took a flip and said Mountain. How many Baron Steals will there be at Worlds? 6 to 8, I said. I'm not doing 9+. I'm going to say 6 to 8. You know? 6 to 8, I think. Poppy, as we're talking about in chat, Tooth said, shout out. Jungle, top support. Very true. And with champions like our junglers in the meta, I think Poppy will be huge. Or at least will be something that is seen and then maybe banned later on. Kai'Sa is going to be most picked. Kai'Sa, I can see Kai'Sa, maybe Talia slipping in, or Jarvan. I think one of those three. But I think Kai'Sa will be picked like almost every game. Is she strong enough to ban? No, I think she's just going to be something that sits around and like has power, but is not going to be perma-banned because people are just going to be like, okay, let's handshake deal. Maybe they go back to Zyra Khan. Maybe we get Ashe coming through as well. I do think Swain's going to be banned, which is why I put Swain in most banned here. I think Swain, as some pros have been playing, can be played down in bot. Also be played in mid, remember. And is good against a variety of champions in the meta right now. You know, especially some of these ADs like Ashe Kai'Sa. Dude, running into Swain feels like a nightmare. So I think that'll be something that's like, okay, we want this constant trade of 80 carries, so we need to ban the champion that does well. And well into that handshake deal, both including his Swain. Jarvan will have most deaths, because if I'm saying that Jarvan's going to be picked, even if he does get banned a little bit, I think Jarvan, you know, heavy engage, one-way champion, he will die a lot, as we've seen in the past. Our highest win rate, I think that Swain will be played and then heavily banned away. As I was saying, maybe played 5 games played, though. I think there'll be at least 5 games, but I think it'll get banned away from that. So that's an interesting one. That's a bit of a prediction from me. I'm not sure if it's going to be true, but I've seen Swain quite a lot recently, and it's been strong. Who'll be the most who'll play the most different champions at Worlds? Kanavi has a huge champion pool, and with jungle being so versatile at the moment, with there being a lot of Spirit Shojin mixed with like Stridebreaker, Gore Drinker, like mixture of items right now, and things like Jarvan, Bel'Veth has been mentioned, Talia we've been seeing, Rel we've been seeing. Like, I think there's a lot of jungle picks you can go through at the moment. Hell, we might even see Karthus. Dude, we might even see some Kindreds again. Who knows? But I think there's a lot that can be played in jungle. I think jungle is one of the most versatile roles at the moment, if you guys agree. Yeah, Wonder played 17 Swain games in a row, by the way, yeah. You have Sedge as most banned. I'm not sure about Sedge at the moment. I think we've walked away from that. But still, I mean, things like Sejuani could appear, right? So Kanavi on the list. Ruler, single most kills in the game. It's self-explanatory. The guy plays so well and is going to be a Penta King. KDA at Worlds as well, because Ruler's not, he's not super psychotic. He's been playing a bit of LPL now, you know, over the course of the year, with his first year here in LPL. But I think he's calmed down a little bit, and he's still got that upper class. First blood kills at Worlds, the Shy. Should I have to explain this? Not really. The Shy will either get first blooded the most or get the most first bloods. I think Weiwei will play top. I think this is his tournament. It's just faith. It's just an absolute belief in the man. And at least one pentakill, I mean, Ruler, again, lines up. I have a lot of faith in JDG, which you'll see in a second. Which team from a region with 2 seeds or less will advance furthest through Worlds? I just put PSG because, like, out of all these teams, I'm like, well, I haven't watched enough VCS at the moment. I don't know how they're going to perform against the others. Like, minor regions, I'm not sure. I just put the best out of PCS because, you know, from casting it last year, I know they're a little bit slower of a region than China, but still. Just a guess, honestly. Which team will win the shortest game at Worlds? Or probably JDG slapping, like, an E or an NA seed. Or it could just be, like, you know, the region that makes it through. All right, well, guess what? Start against JDG. Which team will have the most Baron steals at Worlds? Weibo are going to fumble leads. They're going to throw things away. And Weiwei is going to come in and steal it. All right. Which team will win Worlds? I'm all in on JDG, baby. Which team will play the most different champions at Worlds? I also think JDG have very diverse players. And they have a plethora of different champions. So there you go. That is my crystal ball. It's not a singular anymore. That's a TLDR of my crystal ball.